Well, I don't understand neither a googly nor a spin. But there's this one young superstar on the field who's creating magic not only with his spins and googlies, but also with his wicked sense of humor. You guessed it right, Yuzvendra Chahal. Well, today's recipe is specially dedicated to him, and that is his favorite. And I know it's also yours, Kadhi Pakora. Hey guys, it's me, the Bombay Chef Varun Inamdar, and welcome to How's That? Let's head to the kitchen and figure out how Kadhi Pakora is made. Quick, simple, and easy. Let's do that. Let's begin with the pakodi first, for which I'm taking besan or gram flour. To this, I'm going to add in a touch of salt and break the lumps. Well, I've heard a very funny anecdote about him. His nutritionist once said, "Bhai tu khana kha, warna tu gayab ho jayega." So as a matter of fact, I thought I'll do kadhi pakodi for him because this is also one of those ultimate comfort foods for most of us. On that note, let's add in some water and whip this with the help of your palm into a thick batter. Also, while whipping, we're going to aerate this so it becomes nice and fluffy, because for a nice pakodi, the fluffiness or the aeration is very important. We need to whip this till it becomes nice and pale yellow in color, and that's where you have the most perfect pakoda batter done and ready. The oil is heated up. Let's add these little dumplings and fry these on medium flame. Well, I've also heard a very funny anecdote about him. When he received his first cap in the ODI match, and while he was playing for India, he used to address Mahendra Singh Dhoni as sir. So one day he called him aside and he gave him three options. He said, "Listen, you either call me Mahi, call me Dhoni, or call me MS." He said, "Okay, sir," and he left. Well, let's fry the pakodas. Once these are golden fried and ready, we drain these and keep these aside. And then, in the same bowl, we're going to whip the yogurt mix. So do not watch this because a lot of besan is going to be used from this. But allow me to wash my hands. Time to pull these out of the hot oil, and these would stay aside till we start making the curry. Well, in the same bowl, I'm going to add in besan or gram flour. To this, a touch of red chili powder, and along with this, turmeric powder, curd, and along with this, 3 cups of water. We'll go a little slower here. Let's add in 1 cup. Mix this, break the lumps, because then it'll become very difficult. It's blended and ready. Let's add in 2 more cups, eventually making it 3 cups. Well, for the ones who have never done this before, you could also do this in a blender jar and blend this into a nice thin buttermilk, of course, with gram flour. This entire mixture is done and ready. Let's add some salt and season this well. One final mix. Let's begin with the tempering. First thing, regular oil, and allow this to heat on high flame. The first thing that goes in this, mustard seeds, black mustard. Once the mustard splutters, I'm going to add in asafoetida, also known as hing, dried red chilies, and curry leaves. As simple as this. I'm going to whisk this mixture once again and pour it in very carefully. Give this a stir and allow this to cook for 7 to 8 minutes on medium to low flame. The color is going to become nice and bright. It's also going to thicken. The flour is going to start cooking, and because we mix the flour with the curd will not split. The science of Indian food. Brilliant. I'd reduced the flame, and now if you notice, the kadhi has become nice, thick, yet it's thin at the same time, but it has reduced to almost half. This is the time when we'll slide in the fried pakodas. One quick mix and allow these to soak in for at least 10 minutes. With this, off goes the flame, and I'm going to cover this and leave it aside for 15 minutes. And now is the time for a strategic timeout. Well, Dhoni and Yuzi have wonderful chemistry. There's also a little trivia about Yuzi's nickname, which is Tilli. Well, Tilli in Hindi means matchstick. One day he just casually went to Dhoni and asked him, he said, why Tilli? So he told him, like, look at yourself. That's the first thing that actually comes to my mind. Tilli. Well, on that note, let's head to the kitchen and check Kadhi Pakode. Let's begin with the second tempering, for which I'm going to use ghee. Allow this to warm up, and to this I'm going to add in cumin seeds. Once the cumin seeds begin to splutter, off goes the flame, and to this I'm going to add in Kashmiri red chili powder. With this, a second tempering is done and ready, and this gets splashed straight onto the kadhi. I'm going to reserve a little for final plating. One quick little stir, not too much of course, and your kadhi is done and ready. Let's serve this next. With this, the ultimate comfort food, Kadhi Pakodi or Kadhi Pakoda is done and ready, and this is my tribute to Yuzvendra Chahal. If you like this recipe, try this at home because anybody can cook with Rajshri Food, and see what story next the Bombay Chef brings to you in the next episode of How's That every Wednesday. I thought that's very funny, and just for him, I'm doing Kadhi Pakodi today. Let's begin with the second tempering. Very nice.